What up? It's your buddy Mark. I've been waiting and excited to do this interview for a while. I heard last week that Tom Brady was gonna be on Howard Stern, and aren't I always wearing like some type of Boston shirt? Of course, I was, I don't think about when I get dressed what YouTube videos are gonna do, but of course today, no, I got a Timberland shirt on, but most of the time I'm wearing a Patriot shirt or at least a Boston shirt. But anyway, anyone's been watching me knows that not only am I from Boston, but I'm a diehard Boston sports fan, and football and baseball are my favorite sports. And honestly, I haven't watched a football game, a Pats game, that hasn't had Tom Brady playing for us, except for that one year he got hurt and Matt Castle took over. But for as long as I've been watching football, I haven't watched a game that didn't have Brady as our quarterback. And it's still unbelievable that he's on Tampa Bay. This whole shit is unbelievable. I feel like I'm going to wake up one day, this whole virus, staying inside, Tom Brady's a Buccaneer. I feel like it's all a bad dream, and I'll wake up for it one day. But that ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. But anyway, I want to do this interview so bad. I'm so excited. But it's 2 hours long. I was thinking, if it's like a half hour, I can break it up into two parts, but ain't no way I'm doing a 2 hour long interview. I might watch it by myself, I don't know, one night and I can't sleep, which could be any night. Could be tonight. But there's a lot of different little clips on here. So I'm going to show you the clips. I already know, and he's not going to say anything bad about Belichick or the Patriots. He's got too much class. He's not going to talk any shit. Brady, Brady and Shady, they've been constants in my life, and at least Shady says he's not going nowhere. And well, Brady did go somewhere, but he's still playing football. And Tampa's got two great wideouts, Mike Evans and I forget the other dude's name, but they're both really good. And anyway, the one surprising thing I heard from the interview is that he used to smoke weed in college, and I'm guessing way before that too. I doubt he started in college. But all right, so let's get to this first clip. So this is actually at the top of it. And I thought this part was interesting also. He's, Jeter, he owns the Miami Marlins now, and Brady went to Tampa Bay, so he's renting Jeter's house right now. So right there I found it interesting. So let's get to this first clip, and then we'll go to another, and I'm sorry, they're out of order. Let's get to it.
Wow. Look at you. Can I just look at you for a second, Tom?
This is the beginning?
How you doing? Good. More importantly, how are you doing during this whole crisis?
I'm doing pretty good. I've had a lot of things going on, so I've tried to, be smart but not fearful. And I actually moved to Tampa, and I'm down here now. My family's here.
You're renting Derek Jeter's place until you find a place of your own, right?
No, I'm going to stay here for a while, because I had to find a place on really short notice, and he's been a friend of mine, so we just talked and it all worked out, because he's living in Miami. He owns part of the baseball team there.
The thing I heard about Jeter's place, which is great, he got special permission to build super high walls so no one can get to you, because I got to figure the fans down there are driving you up a wall. I mean, literally. So Jeter has super high walls and no one can see you, right? It's almost like Osama bin Laden's compound.
Not quite. Not quite.
Yeah, I guarantee the fans in New England were trying to get to his house a lot more than any. I'm sure. Of course he already has some Tampa Bay Bucks fans, but I don't think they're driving him crazy yet.
Derek did a pretty good job of screening it, and I think I'm a little bit of a introvert. I feel like my house is kind of the place where I can relax, and when you walk outside the house, you understand everything that goes along with being me, and
right.
And I think part of it is when I come home, I want to feel like I can, let my guard down and relax. But this is a little different because when you go out to the backyard, there's a lot of boats that have pulled up and out the front. But
let's say the washing machine breaks. Does Jeter have to come over and fix it? Because you're
I call and I bitch to them, and it gets fixed. So everyone thinks they want to own a home, and it's nice to rent. I mean, I would definitely say, like, you get all the benefits with none of the responsibilities. So I'm totally cool with this.
Yeah, and I mean, how does that all work? Like, does Jeter, like, say, look, Tom, we are a friend, but now we got to talk business. This is what I'm charging you a month. And do you kind of say, hey, dude, what about a little price break here? Or was
friends
it an
and
easy
family?
Who negotiated that?
Neither of us. So we let other people handle it. So it worked out good. He left it.
I wish life like worked that way. Like, you know, me being a weed smoker, and just say hypothetically, one of my friends started selling weed, that we like had middlemen to like negotiate the prices and not do it ourselves. That type of shit will ruin a friendship.
For me, so I didn't have to deal with any of that. So it's just a lot of great things about it.
Not crappy furniture. In other words, I know you're a bit of an architectural freak.
I just want to say, I do not hate Jeter. He's one of the few Yankees that, you know, I respected, and not a few. There's a few. I mean, he was on a team where I hated like all of them. I hated A-Rod. I hated Gary Sheffield. I hated Giambi. I hated Hideki Matsui. I hated Posada. He was on a team in like the 03, 04 years where it's like I couldn't stand anyone on his team. But he had class, and Mariano Rivera too. Both of them did.
You love to design your own home, and you look at Jeter's taste, and you don't want to throw up.
No, he's got great taste.
Yeah.
Jeter
Imagine all the girls Jeter's had there, and if Brady was single, like they could just keep it going. Like, oh man, they did. I seen a thing. I don't know, just the list of the chicks that Jeter's been with. It's a very impressive list for it.
Like a first month security deposit and last month security deposit. I mean, because you know,
you're like my lawyer over here. I mean, he was pretty good about it. So we handled it the right way. He's a really cool guy, and I've known him for a long time. So I think
Brady's good for the money. You don't gotta worry too much.
With New England and everything, and doing your thing. There were so many times you almost came on my show.
Well, first off, I've loved the show for a long time. I lived in Boston for about 15 years, and I would have about a 30-40 minute drive into work every day. So I listened to you for years upon years, and I always loved really a lot of things. I mean, your work ethic, and you know how important it was to you, how important you take your job, and how you prepare, and you know the collective teamwork of it. So I always thought
Howard Stern, I like when he interviews like normal people. I don't like it when he has like the midget like clown show craziness going on. I won't even watch those ones, but whenever he sits and like interviews someone that's like, I don't know, I've seen him interview a lot of different people, like from Bruce Willis to Sylvester Stallone to Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I posted the Snoop and Seth Dog. That interview is fucking hilarious. You should look that up either on your own, or it'd be great if you looked it up on my channel. All right, back to this.
You know, if I ever went on the show, I'd want it to be really good. You know, because I think you just have a way that you know you make things very special.
All right, let's see what clip we can find next. All right, this one's only 1 minute 30 seconds long.
I want to leave New England.
I'm sorry, these are out of order.
I want to go to a new team.
I probably knew before the start of last season that it was my last year.
Before the start of last season,
I had a contract that got restructured, and then basically, you know, from my standpoint, I knew that at the end of the year I was going to become a free agent for the first time in my career. And I had spoken about it with the ownership of the team, Mr. Kraft, and he was...
They never let him get to free agency. That whole 20 years, they never let it get that far. So he basically, he basically knew once he got to free agency that was it. I think a lot of us did, because we just didn't want to admit it to ourselves. We're lying to ourselves, because we always gave him a 2-year extension or this or that. We never let it get to free agency, ever. Like you just said, he was never a free agent.
Belichick, he was good with it. That's what we decided to do. I said this before, there's no bigger fan of the New England Patriot organization than me. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I could continue to play there at the highest level. I want to prove to myself that I can still perform at the highest level.
Did you go over at Bob Kraft's house and sit there and say, "Hey, Bob, this is it, we're done"? And do you call? I mean, where do you go to make that announcement to these guys who you've spent your whole career with?
I called it, Mr. Kraft.
Was it his announcement?
I went over to his house and I went over and I said, "Look, I just want to say, how much I love you and appreciate what we've done together, and I know that we're not going to continue together, but thank you." I was able to call Coach Belichick at the same time and thank him. I wanted to hear from me how I felt about him, how I felt about. Yeah, I was crying. I'm a very emotional person. I have a deep caring for the people that I work with, and I wish nothing but the best for them.
Let's see if we can find one more. Oh, this one's titled
With you and Belichick, to me, it's got to be somewhat annoying when there's always this question, Tom Brady, greatest of all time, but if he didn't have Belichick, he wouldn't have achieved because Belichick is the brains there. In your legacy, does that go through your head?
I love Brady's answer.
That's the argument, actually, that people would say that because, again, I can't do his job and he can't do mine.
Right.
You could say,
yeah, Belichick, you can tell someone, all right, I want you to throw the ball, go left, go right, fake this guy out, and then throw the ball 40 yards down and pass it to Edelman. He's going to be there on the 45-yard line waiting for you. I mean, yeah, you can tell someone to do that, and you don't think the defense has plans of their own? Like, it's just not that easy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Belichick, I love Belichick, don't get me wrong, but it's not that easy. You got to have a very talented quarterback to pursue those, to be able to do what he did.
I'd be successful without him.
Oh, and I got to say this. Didn't it always seem like they did their best in the no huddle? And doesn't that mean, like, Brady's calling the shots? I'm pretty sure.
With success, I don't believe I would have been.
But, Tom, isn't there some resentment on your part that he didn't make you a Patriot for life?
No, because this is a part
made him a Patriot
for
20 years.
To experience something very different. And
now I'm a little bit more on Belichick's side. I wish Brady just would have retired with us, Yo, you played for us from 20 to 40 years old. You gave us everything. You don't got to prove anymore. You don't got to play to 45 and try to... I don't know. I wish he was to retire with us, but the great ones don't. Joe Montana didn't. Michael Jordan didn't. Michael Jordan went to the Wizards after Chicago Bulls. And I don't know if the Wizards ever made it to the playoffs. Probably, since half the basketball teams make it to the playoffs. But I know he had some incredible games where he scored like 50 points. And I think Joe Montana, he went to Kansas City. And I don't know how... They did good, too. They didn't get a Super Bowl, but I know they did good. I want to even say maybe they got to one, but I can't say that because I don't know.
There's ways for me to grow and evolve in a different way that I haven't had the opportunity to do, that aren't right or wrong, that's just right for me.
I look at it this way. Why not stop
right
now? And just
I should have waved that question before going on my rant.
Decision all about?
I never cared about legacy. It's because it was just time. I don't know what to say other than that. Like, I accomplished everything I could in 2 decades with an incredible organization, incredible group of people, and that will never change. And no one can ever take that away from me. No one can ever take those experiences or Super Bowl championships away from us.
Yeah.
There were rumors 2 years ago that Belichick was thinking about bringing in a new QB, Did that influence your decision, though, when you heard that rumor? Did you say, fuck this guy, I am giving my life to this team?
Bringing in maybe drafting a young backup quarterback when you have a 40-year-old quarterback, every coach should do that. If you don't do that, you're a bad coach. I mean, even all right, maybe 39, not 40, because he said 2 years ago. But no, he's 42 now, so 2 years ago, whatever, 39, 40, whatever. You got a quarterback that age. It is your job to draft a new young quarterback for if he gets hurt, because we saw him get hurt one year. Horrible. First game of the season, only like 15 minutes into it. Oh, man, that was a horrible day.
wrong assumptions were made about our relationship or about how he felt about me. I know genuinely how he feels about me. I got into uncharted territory where I was an older athlete, and he's starting to plan for the future, which is what his responsibility is. And I don't fault him for that. I mean, that's what he should be doing. That's what every coach should be doing. Not that I would ever coach, but, you know, if I'm ever in a position of authority, I would understand that too.
Alright, let's see if we can squeeze one more in. Hit pause real quick. I'm looking. Fuck. I'm not showing any more clips. Alright, what's this one?
Okay, so let's dive into this a little bit. A lot of quotes came out of this conversation I was intrigued by. The Kobe Bryant thing is interesting.
Alright, so I'm sorry, that's about it I can find right now, except for the whole 2-hour interview, which, you know, you can go check out. I just showed you a few of the highlights that I wrote on YouTube right now, and my video is getting kind of long anyway, because it's about 16 minutes, so it's about time for me to be out. But I hope you all enjoyed that. I want to find the part where he talks about smoking weed. I'm gonna find more clips and hopefully bring them to you tomorrow, because I like Howard Stern. I do. I love Brady. I mean, he's brought so much fun into my life. Like, working at the bar, watching those games at the bar, not even just the Super Bowls, all the games leading up to the Super Bowls. You know, and just so the bar would be packed. Girls would go not to watch the game, but because, you know, there was like a party going on, and it was actually I've had some of my funnest nights, like after chilling at the bar watching the Patriots game, and anyway, I'm getting off track, just thinking back to some of the great times I had there. Working at that bar, I saw 3 Super Bowls, 2 Red Sox World Series, and 1 Celtics World Championship. And not to mention all the games it takes to get there. So, but nothing compared to the 04 Red Sox. That was just an incredible time. Yeah, but man, that bar, so much fun there. I'm getting off track though, but Brady, we will miss you. I fucking love you, man. And then he's got respect. I remember he had a song where he said, "Shady is to rap what Brady is to the Pats," and I love that line, because like it just shows him. And he said in his new album about longevity how they do the same shit to Brady, saying you're not as good as you used to be, but he's talking about himself and Brady, but he said, yeah, but we're still better than most of the other new people out there. It was a good like comparison, like him, and it rhymed, Shady and Brady. And they both came into my life around the same time. Eminem's album was 99, Brady got his start 2000. So anyway, I'm getting off track, but hope you enjoyed that, and alright, I'm out before I do some more talking. Peace.